Hello and welcome back, guys, with the Shadow Archer. Alright, let's jump right into the gears. First thing first, we're gonna need a bow and quiver. Okay, so here's the bow, helmet. This is a physical build. Right now, it is physical. You can turn this into elemental as well. Okay, elemental will be stronger if you go lightning. Alright, so but physical right now has really strong due to the fact that monsters have decreased armor since season 3 and is still in season 4. So physical is still good. Alright, so right now this is physical setup. Alright guys, alright, so I got a Cuban Thunderbolt so that my Thunderbolt proc faster and hit faster and bigger size. Okay, there, gloves here, boots here, quiver here, Capri Heart, right there, and then Insight right there. So the point of this build is you want to use a lot of maximized damage. Okay, you want to have a lot of chance to double maximize damage, and then you want to have double maximize damage as well, and triple maximize damage as well. Okay, at the same time you're quitting. All right, now charms. Now the charms we want for physical, it would be 230 Lil, 230 caster, and then 140 Hamal. Okay, that's my suggestion. Um, don't worry about what I have. Just get Lil 230. You get the convert damage, right? And then caster to 230 to get the 3% extra with 2 perfect dodge and all the defensive, and then Hamal for the 140 with the physical damage and HP. Okay, that's all you need. Is those 3. Just keep them in mind. Okay, that's the new setup for charms. Okay, if you go elemental, all right, you want to have the elementals. You want the Lil, and then you want the Alchemist at 140, Lil 230, and Caster 230. Okay, so then you want the convert to Lil to element, which would be 50%, 140. That's all you need for the amp, and then the rest will be converted. Okay, so those are the 3. So if you go lightning, it'll be Alchemist, Lil, Caster, Alchemist, Lil, Caster. Okay, guys. All right, there's that. Charms, we cover that. Now we're going to relics. Relics for physical is mostly the one you want to use. Will be Speaker. Speaker will give you chance to double maximize on hit, and then pulverize, which then give bleeds. Physical bleeds enemy. When you have bleed status, you do 10% more damage amplified to appear to enemies that has bleeds, that's affected bleeds. Okay. Leo for attack speed, movement speed. Sepdar for hit rate. You can change it for resist on chaos. You can do that as well. If you don't want more attack speed, then you can get the projectile damage right here, 20%, and projectile speed. Either one is good. Okay, whichever you lacking on. And then lastly, Barrio. Okay, that's the one I'm using right now. So then this is physical, and then mastery. Mastery is 9, 10, 10. So I'm getting 9 damage there. I'm getting gear crit here because you want to cap on your crit rate. Damage amp there. If you don't want damage amp, you can take the crit damage. That's fine too. But I like a bit of damage amp. Okay. And then this here, all the potions. Focus on mana potions first. So you want a duration and then mana potions and then enhanced potions effect, right? and then you want the mana potion first. Then you can start going back and get the HP ones. But mainly you want the Spring of Inspiration so that you have this effect here. Okay. Alright, that's the. Now we go to Zodiac. This is physical only Zodiac. Okay. So this is what I went. 1, 2. I took all that. 3. I took all this. 4. I took this one for more status effect rate. Alright. Some HP on killed. 5. I took the mana return on hit. And then I took 3 points here. I dropped some 10% maximized damage, but I gain crit damage, and I get 10% crit rate and crit damage there as well. Okay. And then 6. I took the armor piercing. Give 1 pierce and projectile damage. And then I took Stealer over here on flow. And then 7. 5 here for Fang. 1 point here for Power of Harmony. Scent, I took all 5 there. Stench, I took all 10 or 9 there. And then dust, I took the Raging Particles. And then 8, I took the physical damage and 5% additional. And then lastly, Typhoon, I'm taking all of this right here. Okay. Right here. Okay. For the armor pen. Specialized 1, Aurora, for 6% chance to deal maximize damage, reduce 5% crit rate. That's fine. Attack speed, and then convert mana for mana problems. And then here for desperate hit, and then lastly sympathy for acrobat, give 2 projectile, and then capable. Don't worry about the effect of acrobat. You still can crit, so don't worry about that. Okay. Some reason is still you still get the first effect. Okay. So there's that. So we got Relics, Zodiac, Mastery, and then now break down the skill. Alright, so the Rapid Shot. Now this thing is you can link lots of stuff into this. Okay, but the main one is if you don't have this 2 item, the skill only hit 1 enemy at a time. Straight line, and then inflict damage on the enemy. Not enemies, not multiple, just singular. It does have a damage reduction of 15%, hitting the same target. So there's 2 runes that you want to make this a AoE kind of build. All right. So let's take a look at the skill. So the skill has strike, physical, projectile, right, and shadow. So you can only use 2 blessings, basically physical and projectile blessing. Okay, so that's why the caster charms blessing comes into a play. So you get a little bit additional damage. Okay, so you want 230 caster, 230 Lil, and 140 Hamal. Okay, that's the ideal. If you convert to element, then you will need the 140 of your element, and then 230 caster and 230 Lil. Okay, Lil is broad. Caster is all general broad. So anything with projectile gain the damage amp and conversion, and then a caster give additional damage and defense. Okay, and then the element that you want. Okay, and then let's take a look at the awaken. What I did is I took source awaken for the armor penetration, which then increased the damage a little bit more. Okay, and then now we take a look at the runes. Shadow Archer, of course. Now chain will make the projectile chain from one enemy to the next. All right. Split projectile. This will split your projectile to other enemies. All right. So one projectile can split into other enemies. Okay. So these two rune will help you clear maps. Okay. Welcome back. These two runes will help you clear maps. Chain and split projectile. Split projectile give you damage amplification with no drawback. What I mean by drawback is like and then multi-shot. Basically, drawback is basically you get a reduction in damage. That's what I mean by drawback. Um, multi-shot does that. It gives you the reduce in damage. Okay, dampening mean reduction. Dampening mean reduce. Okay, so you reduce less damage to get the powerful multi-shot effect for 1 second upon skill. And then you get strike. Only use strike if you have a lot of attack speed, due to the fact that strike reduce of a lot of attack speed to get the strike damage amplification. So you're getting about 32% strike damage multiplier, but you're losing a lot of attack speed. So the way to counter that will be quick attack. So you will need to use quick attack, right? But if you, there's other ways, like you can use the relics that help you, the Zodiac that helps you, which is Dawn specialized one. That's a lot of attack speed increase, um, and it cancel out a little bit. A rune awaken for strike would be Origin, and you want to hit the maximi maximi maximum attack speed, which is 8%. So it reduced 15%. You want the 8% to counter the 15, so that means you have 7% left, right? And if you use Dawn, right? So if you hit the Origin, maximum of 8% on attack speed increase, that will cancel. So 15 minus 8 would be 7, and the Zodiac would Dawn give you Frost. Frost give you 8% increase multiplier. So that means 16% in total. So if you use Strike and you have the proper reduction increase of attack speed, so you're basically gaining the rune strike damage amplification multiplier for free. It cancel out that pretty much. So let's say 7. I have 7% attack speed. I have 8% attack speed from the Zodiac. That cancel completely all the reduced damage reduction, and I'm getting um, the free 31% damage strike damage amplification. You see what I mean? So find ways to cancel those out. So when a wording say dampening, meaning that you are getting a reduction multiplier. Anything that says amplification, meaning you're gaining a multiplier of damage. So those two cancel each other. Okay, keep that in mind, guys. Those are the tips that you want to listen to when you are in this section of skill looking. Okay, and then of course mana stone. Okay, the reason why we want to control our mana is because the two skill Shadow Archer and Mana Storms consumes a lot of mana. Okay, it increases the mana of the skill a lot. So that's why you need to control your mana, guys. If you have no mana, you can't use your skill. If you attack too fast, you cannot use your skill because it drains too much mana because you have no mana reduction. Alright, look into more. Elemental Domain, Thunderbolt. I have extract energy for Thunderbolt to get lightning energy. Dampening resource, reduce a lot of resource for the skill, and the seal. That's a must. Area effect, increase the size. Buff on hit for the tenace. Alright. And for movements, I wanna try sprint. Sprint with shout provocation. This two goes together. You can get this to about 2% cooldown, 2 second cooldown, so you can just spam sprint to go faster. Shout is really good. It gives you lots of damage, lasts for 5 seconds. The more you increase the effect, so I got lingering shout with skill rune effect, and then predator roar that give vulnerable effect, right? And then increase effect here with enhanced effect, and then the physical I should have checked that out. That's for elemental. I turn seal for elemental to get elemental damage percent. I should be changing that to, give me a second. You want to change that for this one. Alright, the seal of destruction. Right, you want that right there. Um, Another one you can use is turn seal of strike into a buff and use this as seal uh of damage. But I rather use seal crit. Alright, so this is turn it to a buff, so you get an extra little bit damage. And then of course marksman, lots of project damp, damage amplify. Click with totem. This is what you need. And then counter attack to inflict pain. Pain increase damage taken from monsters, so you do more damage. Illusion arrow to proc fire. Then you need multi shot. Another thing is, if you're not crit cap, please use find weakness. If you're playing critical, please use find weakness. And of course, seal crit. Alright, and of course, reduce mana, reduce area totem, enhance totem. And lastly, rune stone. And now we're gonna equip everything. Make sure I get everything. And now we're gonna see the mapping. Alright, thank you guys for all the support lately. Thank you for, subscribe. Any questions, please leave in the comments. Um, so basically, this skill is very good for single target. But since we put chain and split projectile rune, it's great for clear maps due to the fact it concentrate all 13 arrows into hitting the enemy. So you're doing 13 projectile at once. Okay. Again, the more you see how my mana drains so quickly, that's why you need to control your mana. Attacking faster doesn't mean you can accumulate more damage. You do if you can control the mana. If you can control the mana, then you can attack faster. I recommend you do more damage, but the main problem that we have is the more mana you use, you have no redampening or recovery or anything. You're pretty stuck. Cause what's the point of attacking faster if your mana is the issue? So that's why we have to take convert mana, and then we need belt like minus mana cost, or minus resource, or dampening, resource dampening, stuff like that. Okay. Again, guys, please subscribe. Click the bell for notification of the next video. Any questions or suggestions? I'm free to take up suggestions. Anything I did wrong or mistake, please leave in a comment so I know to point it out for you guys. Um, no one's perfect. I make mistakes sometimes. Um, so let me know what you think, guys. Try to bail out. The thing about sprint is you cannot be controlled. You cannot be CC. You cannot be when you use the skill, and you just run through mobs. You have no collision. So, like say, if a monster stops you from running forward, just sprint. You can go past them. So split, projectile, and chain will help you clear map faster. This is great for a beginner build. Great for a beginner build. That looking playing arrow, bow and arrow. This build is welcome back. Very good for beginners to push further in maps. Another tip is eventually you guys want to transition to a stronger build. You don't want you just don't commit to a build too much, because one can outscale the other. Okay, so we have to keep in mind the only thing that we need to keep the same would be our gears, our charms, our masteries, our relic. Relic can change from here and there, but um, masteries, charms, gears. Uh, the only thing you want to change in gear would be like your weapon, based on the skill, um, and other stuff like that. But mainly you want to keep your gears the same, because changing too much would affect it a little bit. Don't change unless you have the resource, or the money, the gold to do so. Just push your skill to the highest you can, and don't transfer awakening skill to a different skill because you lose the awakening. Just put it in your item compendium. This way your item compendium can be like get bonus effect. You get stronger with the item compendium. So don't worry about that, okay, guys? It's rather to start on a skill fresh or transfer a skill with just a legendary skill, not awakened yet. This way you don't have to waste, another awakening, or the waste the awakening effect. Just put it in compendium, you gain bonus effect. You get damage, you get HP, you get resistance, you get mana, lots of stuff, okay? And why would we want to use this build? Because typically, um, what people would do is they would play back in season two and season three. For bow user is they would use both skill before Shadow Archer. They would use both skill, which is the spread shot and rapid shot. Rapid shot will be used for bosses. Um, the Because it has a higher damage concentration versus single target, and then they would use spread shot for farming, for pushing maps and clearing. Um, Now with Shadow Archer, you can do rapid shot for farming by using just either split projectile and chain, or one of the two. So this way you can push clear maps faster. At the same time, you can kill boss faster. Alright, so that's the build. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to convert to elemental, stick with the elemental that you want to convert. I suggest convert to lightning, and you can do a little bit. You can proc shock, so you can do a little bit more damage. Alright, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share, comments, um, like or dislike. Uh, put out any mistake I make. I will then put it in the comments or reply to you why I choose what I choose, um, and go from there. Alright, guys, thank you for all the love and support. I'll catch you guys on the next video. I hope this helped. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. Have a good one, guys.